Okay, hello my little 4-year-old class. I know you're almost all 5 now, but anyway, I wanted to welcome you to our funny way of doing preschool now. So I wanted to say hello to Brighton and Collins. Hi little Graham. Hi Ivy. Hello to my cute little Kate and Nixon and Scarlett and Soren. Hi crew, that's my whole morning class. I hope I didn't forget anyone. And in my afternoon class, hello to Addie and Dawson and Emily. Hello Gemma, Harvey, Milo, Kingston, and Molly and Stockton. I miss you guys so much, and it's really weird to teach to you without you being right here in front of me, but we're going to make this fun. So, I remember telling you before spring break that it was just going to be 1 week and then we were going to be back together, but who knew of this whole coronavirus thing would happen? So I am really sorry about that. I didn't know, and I told you we would be just gone for 1 week. And while we were gone, Collins had a birthday. So happy birthday, buddy. He's 5. So we're going to start our class today. You know how we start. We sit on the rug and I sing the song, and you do the 5 things to show me you're giving me 5. You're crisscross, your hands are still, your eyes are on teacher listening, your ears are on, your lips are quiet, so you're ready to learn the lesson. So if you're doing those 5 things, I gave your mom golden tickets for her to give you at home when she sees you doing your best work. And so she can maybe make a store day for you when you earn your golden tickets doing preschool at home. So keep up the good work. We're going to start with singing our Days of the Week song. So you know how sometimes we use the tapping sticks or the instruments. So if you have instruments at home, some maracas or some drums or some tapping sticks, you could even tap pencils together or spoons, or you could always just do the cross clap that we do. You don't have to have instruments, but you could pause this and go get some instruments or just clap along with me. We're going to sing the song, and your mom has never heard this song, so you sing nice and loud so she can hear it, okay? Are you guys ready? We're gonna sing the Days of the Week song, and then, whoops, that's not it. Silly Miss Dory. Okay, here we go, friends. Listen for the beat. You ready? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 7 days are in a week. I like to sing them quiet. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 7 days are in a week. I like to sing them loud. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 7 days are in a week. I like to clap them out. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 7 days are in a week. I like to stomp them out. I can't stand up, but you guys stomp. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 7 days are in a week. I like to sing them proud. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 7 days are in a week. I like it one more time. 7 days are in a week. I like it one more time. 7 days are in a week. Did you guys play your guitar? That was awesome. I messed up the song a little bit, sorry. Okay, so there's no kids here to be leader. What am I gonna do? I guess I'll have to get out the pointer myself, and you guys tell me what day it is. Hopefully you're doing this on the day that we would normally be having preschool. So let's pretend that today is Tuesday. Yes. Can you help me find it on the calendar? I'm going to turn this a little bit so you can see. Help me find Tuesday. Tell me when to stop. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yep, stop right there. We've had all these Tuesdays in March. Here's spring break, and you guys were supposed to come back for letter V right here. But then that whole coronavirus thing happened, so we're a little behind, but we'll catch up. We're gonna do letter V right here on the last day of March. It is Tuesday, March 31st. And do you know when we say goodbye to March, what month comes next? Think about the song. It goes January, February, March, April. That's right. Good job. So today we're going to say goodbye, March. And it's going to be gone. And then we'll be into April. So here we are on March 31st. We missed Colin's birthday. We're doing letter V a little bit late. But let's get started with letter V. Because when the little letter V right here went into his classroom, he opened the door and the whole floor was shaking and just vibrating around. And he felt so unsteady on his feet. And he walked up to the teacher, Mr. V, and said, "Why is everything so vibrating and crazy in here?" And the teacher said, "It has to be that way because the V says, and the room vibrates to make it feel like the letter V." So we're gonna sing the song and you guys have to make your best V sound. Now when you make a V, put your hand in front. You won't feel any air coming out. Try it. But put your hand right here and feel the vibration in your throat. Do you feel that? It's not like F. F, there's air. F. You can feel the air on F, not on V. But you feel it right here. You try it one more time. That's right. So make your V sound and we're going to sing the song and do the action. Are you ready? The V says, the V says, the V says, Good job, guys. Now, you know how sometimes we sing all the letters? And sometimes if you sing them really good with the actions, I might give you a little skittle or something. I think we need to try that. What do you think? Let's show our mommies how flippin' smart we are. You guys are amazing. So I'm going to get out all of the letters that we've done so far. And you're going to make all the sounds that the letters make. Remember how the vowels make lots of sounds and even some of the consonants. Let's see. I don't know if you could see this very good. So I'll just hold them up. Okay, ready? The A says ah. The A says A. The A says ah. A says ah. A, ah. Do it with me. Do your actions. The B says ba. The B says ba. The B says ba, 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 ba. The C says k. The C says k. The C says sa and ka, sa and ka. Soft C and hard C. The D says da. The D says da. The D says da, 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 da. The E says eh. The E says e, e, e. The E says eh, e. The F says f. The F says f. The F says f. The G says g. The G says g. The G says g and j. G and j. Both sounds hard and soft. The H says h. The H says h. The H says the I says eh. The I says I. The I says e. And the I says ya. The J says ja. Jump up. The J says ja. The J says ja, 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 ja. The K says ka. The K says ka. Kick. The K says ka, 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 ka. Did you do your karate? The L says oh. The L says oh. The L says oh, 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 oh. M says mm. The M says mm. The M says mm, 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 mm. The N says mm. The N says mm. The N says mm, 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 mm. The O says ah. The O says oh. The O says ooh. O says ah. Oh, ooh. The P says pa. The P says pa. The P says pa, 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 pa. The Q says qua. The Q says qua. The Q says qua, 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 qua. The R says The R says The R says The S says s. The S says s. The S says s and z. S and z. Both hard and soft. Now you can't see my foot tapping, but tap for T. The T says ta. The T says ta. The T says ta, 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 ta. The U says The U says you. The U says ooh. And the U says The V says woo. The V says woo. The V says woo, 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 woo. Good job, friends. You're pretty awesome. All right, sometimes we like to build letters and read words, but I'm afraid I might run out of room on my phone. So we're gonna get right to letter V. So the V says V. Think of things that start with V, friends. There's something I'm thinking of that starts with V, and when it explodes, hot magma comes out. What is it? Yes, volcano. That's a good one. I'm thinking of a holiday in February where we hand out hearts and love notes to people. What is it? Yes, Valentine's. So be thinking of things that start with V, because we're going to pretend today's Tuesday, where I get out my grab bag and we're pretending we're passing them around. And then on Thursday, you guys get to find something in your house that starts with V and do a show and tell with your own family. So the first thing in my grab bag, pretend the leader is here, pulling it out. Oh, do you guys know what this is? This is Velcro. I bet you a lot of you guys have this on your shoes. There's a soft fuzzy side and there's a scratchy side, and they stick together really good. So that's why people wear them on their shoes. Velcro. The next thing in here is, ooh, have you guys ever seen one of these vulture birds? These little vultures are really ugly birds with these fuzzy hair on top, and they like to eat the dead animals. Like when people run over something in the street and the animal is left there dead, the vultures go circling around above it and then go down and eat it. And so they're kind of disgusting birds. But this is a vulture. Remember that for Thursday, because I'm going to ask you when we play the Guess It game. This is a piece of fabric that's super soft. I wish you guys could feel it. Actually, you do have some in your bag. It's called velvet. Velvet is what we're putting on our V's today, so you'll actually get to feel some soft velvet. Oh, what's this? A Valentine. It says, be mine, with the little hearts on it. And, oh, do you guys know what instrument this is? It's a violin. It's just a little small one. Isn't it cute? Violin. We also have, what kind of car is this? Some of you have one of these. It's a van. That's right. Good job, friends. And the last thing, I got this from my Polly Pockets. I don't know if you could see this. It's a piece of clothing people wear that keeps you warm, but it doesn't have sleeves. It's called a vest. That's right. Good job. Okay, so friends, we're going to make our very best V sounds that you're going to feel in your throat. And we're going to say the things in the grab bag. V, vest. Valentine. Velvet. Vulture. Velcro. Violin. And van. Now comes the part where you put on your thinking caps and you think to yourself, what do I have at home that I could bring on Thursday for show and tell? Of course, we don't get to do it together, but you get to do a show and tell with your family at home. Hide it in your backpack or behind your back, and then give a clue. Don't show them it until they answer right, okay? So you could do your own show and tell, and because you're all by yourself at home, you could choose a bunch of things for show and tell and give those clues, and people will have to guess. Remember, it has to start with V though, okay? Because our letter is V this week. Do you know how we make a V? You guys are gonna think this is so easy. Look, what do you notice about big V and little v? Are they the same, except big V is tall and above the line, obviously, because it's a big V, but little v stays inside the lines, but you make it the exact same way. It's a big slide down, big slide up. Small slide down, small slide up. You guys are gonna be able to do this so easy. Turn on your fingers. Start at the top, that's right. Slide down, slide up. Done. So easy, right? We're only doing big V today, so make yourself a big V. You can even stand up and make the hugest V. You could even make a little tiny V. They're super easy. So when you make your V, I just want to make sure that you guys don't go straight down and straight up. Look what that would make. If you went straight down and up, does that look like a good V right there? You guys remember that when you make a slide line, it has to be like a slide at the park, right? Slides at the park don't go straight down. They slide, and then we'll slide back up. That's a good V. When you get your paper, you're going to have a square with a little dot at the top. Make sure you go all the way to the bottom and all the way back up to this corner. Your mommies are going to have to check for me to make sure that you fill your whole square for big V. I think you guys can do it, right? Okay, so since we don't have Stampin' Screens, I didn't have enough to give all my students. I'm just going to show you one on here. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Okay, so slide line, and then we make our little V with starting at the top, that's right. Slide down, slide up, easy. Okay, since you guys don't have one of these, I did give you 2 little sponges in your bags because I thought maybe some of you have a chalkboard, and if you do, your mom can draw a V for you, and then you're gonna practice it 5 times because we're all turning 5 this year, so we practice it 5 times. And then you get one of your sponges that I gave you wet, and squeeze it out a little so it's not too wet, and then you're gonna make a wet V. Remember, we don't erase the whole thing, we wanna see it. See that wet V, and then you get out your second sponge that I gave you, and it's the dry one. So we do wet, dry, and dry. So you can still see the V there where I dried it. Now just make your V, and we'll practice it 5 more times. If you don't have a chalkboard, maybe you might have a little whiteboard. So I thought a good way to do that would be have your mom make your V, you practice it lots of times, and then watch this magic with your finger. You can erase it like this and make a V. Isn't that cool? Even if you want to use one of your dry sponges, you could do that. Watch. Whoops. If you have construction paper, maybe you could write with chalk on there and then use the wet sponge, the dry sponge. I don't know. You guys are going to have to be creative because I just didn't have enough chalkboards or stamping screens for everyone. But you figure it out in your home because I want you to get a lot of practice before you get to the paper. You know the drill. So after you do a bunch of practice, get out your capital V page. I kept all the letters paper clipped together, so just get the big V. We're pretending today's Tuesday. Here's your boxes, so fill the whole box, make your V's, and you guys get to color your van however you want. I don't want to see scribbling. No way. Your mom's going to be watching to make sure you make that van really cool. You could put stripes on it or color it really careful. Don't forget to always write your name on the top. And then as soon as you're done making your big V's, it's going to be time to get out our ABC books and put some velvet on our V's. So velvet came with your little packet. You're going to have to measure it and cut it. But first, help me find the V page. Will you guys help me sing the song? Get your book out. I mean, you probably had to pause this video to do your big V, but after this, you get out your book and sing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, slow down, I can't turn the pages, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. There it is. Okay, since it's Tuesday, we're only doing this side with the velvet. You guys got some velvet that looks like this, and it's really soft. So what you're gonna have to do is measure. You're gonna have to hold it up to your V and cut it and measure it so that it fits big V and little V. Maybe your mom's scissors will work better for this, and glue stick definitely won't hold the velvet on there. You need to use the big kind of glue. So after you finish your big V and little V, when it's dry, you'll be able to feel that velvety thing. You can even close your eyes and follow along and make that V. It's gonna feel really soft on your finger. So after you do big V and your velvet on Tuesday, on Thursday, you're going to do little V, which is exactly the same. So easy, guys, except you have to stay in the lines. That's gonna be the tricky part. Make your little slide back up and color a violin. Then on Thursday, flip your book over and you get to cut out 5 pictures. This is with your packet. So we're going to cut out a vest, a vase, a vacuum, a violin, and a volcano. Feel free to draw anything else in there that starts with V. Maybe you make a heart Valentine or a van, whatever you want. But this is what you'll do on Thursday. And then you know, as soon as we finish our work, we take a break and we go and play. So as soon as you finish big V and the velvet on Tuesday, or little V and the pictures on Thursday, go play, take a little break. You can pause the video now and then get your work done, take a little break, about 20 minutes, and then we'll come back and do snack and story time. Okay, friends, I'm assuming you finished all your work, had a little break, and I have a couple of different stories. Ooh, I have this really cool one about volcanoes. I know that if we voted, you would vote for that one. I have a cute book about Valentine mice and the Velveteen Rabbit. Well, today, since we're going to do some science with volcanoes, I'm going to read you this book. So, see that big V right there? Volcanoes. This is a book about volcanoes, and we're going to read it. So if you want to get yourself some little goldfish, a little snack to come and hear this story with me. Throughout history, people have told stories about volcanoes. The early Romans thought that Vulcan was their god of fire, and they thought Vulcan worked at a hot forge, striking sparks and making the volcanoes erupt. The early Hawaiians told legends of the wanderings of Pele, their goddess of fire. He was chased from homes by her sister, goddess of the sea. So there's lots of made-up stories about people that lived a long time ago of why would volcanoes shoot out and cause all this fire? Well, now we have scientists that have learned to explain it to us. So even though in early times no one knew how volcanoes were formed or why they spouted out red-hot molten rock, in modern times we've studied volcanoes. We still don't know all the answers, but we do know that the earth is made up of many layers of rock. The top layer that we can see is solid rock called the crust. Deep beneath the crust is the mantle where it's really hot. So hot that some rock melts. The melted or molten rock is called magma. That's a big science word. Can you guys say magma? This is the molten rock magma. Volcanoes are formed when this magma builds up and pushes its way up through cracks in the Earth's crust. This is called a volcanic eruption. When magma pours forth, it's called lava. So some kinds of magma coming out of the earth comes through little fissures or openings in the crust, but some of them come out of big mountains. You'll see the different kinds. A volcano is a hill or mountain formed by erupted material, and it piles up and piles up and piles up to make a big mountain. There are two types in these pictures. This one is Mount Rainier and Mount Adams. This one, oh, sorry, I said that wrong. The bottom left right here is Mount St. Helens, and this is Mount Adams. Can you see that? In March of 1980, Mount St. Helens, it had been asleep for a long time, and it erupted, and there was just earthquakes that shook the mountain, and all this ash and steam came out, and each day brought more earthquakes and more ash, and it was so many thousands of small earthquakes that were recorded, and the mountain began to just swell and crack. And then on Sunday, May 18th, the mountain seemed much the same it had been, but suddenly in the morning, Mount St. Helens erupted with an incredible force. The energy released was equal to 10 million tons of dynamite. Like, imagine a ton of dynamite exploding. Do you see all those trees from the forest that were just blasted over from the eruption? So this is Mount St. Helens before, and after it erupted. Look at that. The whole top was blown off. Isn't that crazy? Iceland is a volcanic island, and here there's lots of volcanoes that formed the islands there. This is a volcano going off, then all the magma that dries up will create new land and make a new island. This is a volcano that erupted off the coast of Iceland. I don't know if you guys could tell, but the magma pouring down the hill is going around that house and this church. Look at that. It looks like it's on fire. The magma is so hot. Many volcanoes are located along the large Pacific plate. There's so many that they call it the Ring of Fire because there's so many around that area. This is a volcano in Hawaii, It's 70 miles long and rises 30,000 feet above the ocean. I don't know if you guys can see all of the magma. It's red hot, but then when it dries, it makes this black lava. Do you guys remember when we did the rock collection and I showed you that lava rock? Hawaii lava usually gushes out in red hot fountains a few hundred feet high. Look at that. Can you guys see that? Sometimes if the lava comes out in the ocean, like underground, you'll see steam coming out of the ocean and you'll know there is a volcano going off inside the ocean. But as soon as the lava touches the water, it makes that steam. Here's another volcano heading towards a house in Hawaii, and the firemen had to try and spray it down because it was a slow moving lava, so they could spray it and cool it down so it would stop. And when it dries, look what it looks like. And these are some of the lava rocks after they dried. There are 4 kinds of volcanoes. There's shield volcanoes, cinder volcanoes. This is a shield one where it's a small little hill. Cinder has the pointy top. And there's composite volcanoes that are formed by lava. When it keeps coming up and going out the sides and builds up, that is a composite or stratovolcano. And then both of these are stratovolcanoes. And then the 4th kind is a dome volcano. They have a thick, slow-moving volcano, and it makes a dome shape. A lot of times they're shaped like a bowl, and sometimes they get filled in with water and make lakes. I'm going to show you that later when we play the game for the volcano game. So anyway, that's the volcano book. We talked about the different kinds of volcanoes, and if you guys were here, we would play this little game now. We put our snacks away and learn about the types of volcano and put on our science hats. See these types of volcano? This one is a fissure. That's like when there's a opening in the Earth's crust that's kind of like flat. So it doesn't poke up tall like a mountain. There's just an opening where the lava can come out. This one is a shield volcano. It's just a gentle little slope, so it looks more like just a small little hill and the magma comes out. This is the dome volcano. It has a big hole right here where the magma is, and remember in that one picture, sometimes water is in there. You don't know there's a volcano because it's a big, like a bowl shape. This is the ash cinder volcano. It's kind of tall, but a lot of ash and that gray stuff helps to form that one. The composite volcano comes out the top, but there's these other little areas where it could come out. And then this one is the caldera volcano. Oh, that one looks like the dome one that I thought it was because it's a big opening. Well, we were going to play the game where I hold up a card and you tell me what kind of volcano you think it is. Okay, so the dome volcanoes have the big opening there, so there might be like a bowl shape and there might be a lake in it. The shield volcanoes, think of like a shield, like Captain America's shield, how it's kind of curved, but it's just a small curve. So it's kind of like a little curve, like a small hill. And then we also have composite volcanoes. These are the big ones where it comes out the top, but it might come out the sides too. There's also cinder volcanoes where a lot of ash comes out. Cinder is kind of like that gray ash that you saw in that one picture. A caldera volcano is kind of like a big composite volcano that when it blew off the top, it kind of collapsed after a time, and so it kind of looks like a dome too. All right, let's see if you guys can figure this out. Oh, I forgot the last one, the fissure one. Remember, this one is flat and then the lava just comes out. So you guys are gonna have to try to, this is not easy to do on camera, but you need to remember if it's a fissure, if I was at school, I'd lay these all out on the train table so you could see the pictures and it would be easier. The caldera volcano, the cinder one that has a lot of ash, the composite one where it comes out the top and the sides, the shield one where it's just kind of small hill, and the dome one where it's like a big bowl. Okay, so since we don't really have that ability to put it on the table, I'll try and put them up here to help you remember which ones they are. Okay, guys, you ready to play the volcano match game? All right, what kind of volcano do you think this one is? You could see all the gray ash all around it. So ash is the kind of volcano that's this cinder volcano. So this one is a cinder volcano. This is really hard to see on camera. What kind of volcano do you think this one is? Do you see how it's just a little curve? It's not a really big one. That's the shield volcano. The dome volcano is this one that's kind of big and round with a big hole in the middle for the magma to come out. That's a picture and an example of a dome volcano. A composite volcano are those really tall, big mountain ones. It could come out the top and the sides. This is a big composite volcano. These are real pictures taken of volcanoes around the world. Do you know what this is? This is also a composite volcano, but the whole top blew off. So you can see the difference. This is a dome volcano too, where it's kind of rounded. Ooh, what kind do you think this is? There's ash everywhere. Do you see that gray ashy stuff? This is called a cinder volcano. I bet you figured that out. Here's another composite volcano. See how tall it is? Those are the really big, tall ones. This is a caldera volcano where it makes a big bowl in the middle and it got filled in with some water. Do you remember what this one is called? See how it's just a tiny little hill? Shield. That's a shield volcano. Look at this one. It's straight. The whole ground is straight and there's just a crack in the Earth's crust. Do you remember what kind of volcano that was? It's called a fissure volcano. Here's another caldera, one that there's a big bowl and it even filled in with water. Here's another picture of a fissure. Do you see how it's just flat and there's like a crack and the magma is coming out, the lava. All right, that was some fun science. Now, if you were here at school, we would be making our own volcanoes, and darn it, this is one of my favorite things. maybe you could try this at home. Usually what I do is I get these little Squeeze-It bottles and I cut off the top, and I use this for the middle of the volcano. I make some salt dough and I build it up around, well, you guys would. I give you the salt dough and you build it up around your little Squeeze-It bottle, and when it dries and you come back on Thursday, we paint it brown like it's a mountain, and then we put red and orange coming down so it looks like magma and lava coming down the side. And then what we do is we put inside the bottle, when we're ready to make our volcanoes erupt, we put a little bit of water with dish soap, because the dish soap is going to make it bubble and make it look like a real volcano eruption. And I put little drops of red and yellow food coloring in it so that it looks nice and ready to erupt like real lava. And then I put inside of it baking soda, which your mom knows what that is. It's a white powder that when it reacts with vinegar, it fizzes and fizzes, like that experiment we did with the balloon that blew up, up, up. Well, once you have a little bit of water with dish soap, the food coloring, the baking soda, now it's time for you to carefully pour your vinegar in there. I usually give each of you a cup about this big, and you can pour it slow or fast, however you want your volcano to erupt. And then make sure you have a plate or something underneath your volcano, because it will fizz out and you guys will be able to watch volcanoes in your own home. And you could send me a video of yourself doing it. That would be super fun. So that's what we would have done on Tuesday. On Thursday, I have given you some sheets to do at home. This sheet is trying to sort consonants and vowels. We've talked a lot about vowels, and remember we've been singing that vowel song. There are some letters that make more sounds, and this is what their names are. What is it? A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes letter Y. It likes to copy I. So when you cut out A, W, J, U, T, V, K, I, O, and E, you're gonna cut all these out into little squares. And when you pick up a square, you look at it and you say, is that a vowel? Can I sing it? Can I say it with my mouth open? If you are holding an A, you can. Watch my mouth when I say A. This is how you know it's a vowel. A, ah, A, ah. See how my mouth, all the sounds I make for A, ah, my mouth stays open. I can sing it. It makes lots of sounds. So A is a vowel, plus it's in our song, A, E, I, O, U. So if you pick up W, is that one of the vowels? No, so you'll glue it on the consonant side. So every time you pick up a letter, think to yourself, is that a vowel that sings in my song, A, E, I, O, U? Vowels will go on this side where there's a V for vowels. Consonants will go on this side where there's a C for consonants. So this is one paper you can do on Thursday. Another one is this vet page. Vet starts with V, and a vet is an animal doctor. So you're going to help the vets count the animals that are in their shop today. So this first picture is of a little fish. You need to count how many fish are there. I only see one. So next to the fish in the box, you'll write a 1. This is lizards. So you're gonna look and find all the lizards. Oop, there's one, and you're gonna make a 2. And if you forgot how to write your numbers, have your mommy write out 1 through 10 on a long strip for you, so that if you forget, you can count, just like the ones up in the classroom, how sometimes you have to count 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, that's what a 4 looks like. Okay, then you'll do the doggies. You'll do the mousies, the little mice, the birds, and the cats. And you have to count how many there are and write it in the box. The last page for letter V is vacuuming up the words that do not start with V. So here's our big vacuum for letter V. Should we vacuum up corn? Corn doesn't start with V. Cross it off, vacuum it up. What about this ugly vulture? That starts with V, so circle it. Don't vacuum up the vulture or the van. You go through the dinosaur, the vest, the butterfly, volcano, vase, violin, horse. What's that? Oh, a vine. It's hard to see. A worm, a sock, or a kite. So you have to figure out what things don't start with V, cross them off, and pretend you're vacuuming them up. So that's what we're going to do for letter V. I hope I covered everything. Oh, on Thursday, I have another story that I can read to you for letter V. If you have a Valentine book you want to read with your mom, you can at home. But this is the book called The Velveteen Rabbit, letter V. And I thought I would read this to you for Thursday. I know this is going out of order, but I'm just trying to figure out how to do these videos. Okay. There was once a beautiful velveteen rabbit. His coat was spotted brown and white, and his ears were lined with pink satin. On Christmas morning, he was the most wonderful gift in the boy's stocking. All morning, the boy loved him. Then, in the excitement of looking at all the other presents, the Velveteen Rabbit was forgotten. For a long time, nobody paid much attention to the rabbit. The mechanical toys were rude to him because he was only a stuffed bunny. But the Skin Horse, who had been there longer than any of the other toys and knew all about toy magic, was very kind. One day, the rabbit asked the Skin Horse, "What is real? Does it mean having batteries or lights?" "Real isn't how you are made," said the Skin Horse. "It's a thing that happens to you. When a child really loves you, that is when you become real." One evening at bedtime, the boy couldn't find the china dog that slept with him, so his mother gave him the rabbit instead. From then on, the Velveteen Rabbit slept in the boy's bed every night, because velvet feels so soft, so that little Velveteen Rabbit was very special. The boy would talk to him, and they would play wonderful games in whispers. The rabbit slept snug and warm in the boy's arms all night long. Spring came, and whenever the boy went, or wherever the boy went, the rabbit went too. He had rides in the wheelbarrow and picnics on the grass. One day, he heard the boy tell his mother, "He's a real rabbit, not a stuffed toy." That was the happiest day of the Velveteen Rabbit's life. After a while, the Velveteen Rabbit got raggedy from being loved so much. Some of his fur rubbed off, and the pink in his ears turned gray. But the boy didn't notice. He thought the rabbit was beautiful. When summer came, they played together in the woods almost every day. Then one day the boy got very, very sick. The doctor said that all the toys in the room had to go because they were full of bad germs. The boy got better, but the little rabbit was put in a sack with other things and taken outside. The Velveteen Rabbit wiggled his way to the top of the sack and looked out. Nearby, he could see the woods where he and the boy had played. He thought of how happy those times had been and of how much the boy had loved him. A little tear trickled down his shabby nose and fell to the ground. Then a strange thing happened. Where the tear fell, a mysterious flower began to grow. It had emerald leaves and a beautiful golden blossom. The blossom opened and a fairy stepped out. I am the toy magic fairy, she said. I take care of the playthings that children have loved. When they are old and worn out, I make them real. But wasn't I real before? The rabbit asked. The fairy said, you were real to the boy because he loved you. Now you shall be real to everyone. In the meadow, the Velveteen Rabbit saw wild rabbits dancing with their shadows on the velvet grass. Run and play, little rabbit, said the fairy. You are a real rabbit now. Which one do you think is the Velveteen Rabbit? Remember how he had those little white dots? Is that him? Fall and winter passed. In the spring, when the days grew warm and sunny, the boy went out to play. In the woods, he saw 2 rabbits peeping at him from under a bush. One was gray, and the other had brown and white spotted markings. His little soft nose and bright round eyes seemed familiar to the boy. Why, he looks like my old bunny who got lost when I was sick, the boy thought. He never knew that it really was his own bunny returning to look at the boy who had first helped him to become real. Isn't that cute? What a cute little Velveteen Rabbit. All right, friends. So I'm trying to cram Tuesday and Thursday into one video, and I would love to do some music with you now. We love our music time. So, where is my visuals? I have this silly song. I don't know if you guys know about Big Bird on Sesame Street, but he has a really funny voice. And he was trying to learn some things that start with V. So he was thinking, I'm very, 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 very glad to see you. And the only word he could think of is very. And he says, I'm here to sing a very special letter about the letter V. But it's very hard to think of V words. He just couldn't think. So he thought, and then he thought of vegetable. That's a V word. Voice, see that person's voice coming out of their mouth. Vacation, sometimes we like to go to the beach. And Valentine. Then there's vanilla. Everyone loves vanilla ice cream. Vanish and vine. But then, poor Big Bird, he couldn't think of any more things that started with letter V. So he just kept saying very, very, very for his very silly song. And we get to count how many times he says very. So get your fingers ready because we're going to have to count really fast. Here comes the very, very, very silly song. You guys ready? Whoops, that's not the right song. Oh, silly Miss Dory. Okay, you guys ready?
Hi there, I, Big Bird, am going to sing you a song about the letter V. The letter V is the first sound you hear in the word very. But there aren't too many other words that begin with the letter V, so I'm just going to have to sing the word very an awful lot.
Let's count.
Like this.
I'm very, 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 very glad to see you.
I'm here
To sing about a very, 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 very letter called the letter V.
But it's very, 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 very hard to think of V words because there really aren't very, 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 very many words that start with V. Now let me think.
Let's think. I know. There's vegetable. That's a V word. And voice, vacation, and Valentine, and vanilla, and vanish, and vine.
Gee, that's about all I can think of, so I guess my song sounds
Very, 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 very silly.
Still,
I'm very, 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 very glad you're here with me to hear me sing about a very, 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 very special letter. A very, 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 very special letter called the letter V. V. Make a V with your body. Oh my gosh, that was silly. You guys could play that again and count again if you want. But silly little Big Bird, he could only think of very. But that is a very good V word. Now, guys, this song is super silly. These rappers were thinking, the letter V. How does it sound? So there's an ear there. V, V. We're going to make our V sound, and remember it vibrates. V. Then the only three things they could think of is van, vest, vine. And then they say it again. This song is silly. Are you guys ready to sing it with me? Here we go. How does it sound? Say van, vest, vine. Van, vest, vine. Letter V. How does it sound? Say van, vest, vine. Van, vest, vine.
26 letters in the alphabet. We're going to learn the sounds of the consonant.
Oh, they were saying,
We're going to the
oops, sorry. They were saying 26 letters in the alphabet. That's all the letters A to Z. We're going to learn all the sounds of the consonants because V is not a vowel, it's a consonant. So let's practice one more time. I'm going to try and trick you guys. We're going to see if you know the difference between consonants and vowels. What are vowels again? Say it out loud so your mommy can hear you. Vowels are those special letters. There are some letters that make more sounds, and this is what their names are. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. And those are all the vowels. Okay, so right here I have the word consonants, and here's the word vowel. I'm going to think of a letter D. You tell me, is that a consonant or a vowel? D. Yes, D is a consonant. Good job. All right. I'm thinking of a letter I. Is I a consonant or a vowel? Yes, it's a vowel. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, the next letter is T. Consonant or vowel? Yes, it's a consonant. You guys are so good at this. What about letter Z? Consonant or vowel? Yes, it's a consonant. You guys are so good. What about letter O? Can we sing O? Let's try it. Ah, oh, ooh. It must be a vowel. We can sing it. Our mouth stays open and our tongue isn't in the way. Our teeth isn't in the way. It's a vowel. Plus it's in the song. A-E-I-O-U. It's a vowel. What about letter E? Consonant or vowel? Yes, it's a vowel. Guys, you are amazing. What about H? Consonant or vowel? Yes, it's a consonant. What about letter Y? Ooh, I'm tricking you guys. Y is a tricky one. Do you remember the song says, and sometimes letter Y, it likes to copy I. When Y is saying the hard sound like yellow, it's not a vowel. But when it's copying I and it's saying I, and E, it's a vowel. So guess what? We're going to put it in both. Y is a consonant and a vowel. All right. Maybe you can see that a little better. What about letter A? consonant or vowel? Yep, it's in the song, A-E-I-O-U. What about G? Hey, but G makes two sounds. Remember, it says G and J. It says a hard and a soft sound. Why is that not a vowel? Can we sing it? G, 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 J, J, J. Do you see that my teeth and my tongue are in the way and I can't sing it with my mouth open? I don't say G that way. So G is a consonant, even though it makes two sounds. What about U? U, oo, that's a vowel, right? Okay, so do we have A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes letter Y. It likes to copy I think we got all the vowels. You guys are awesome. I think that's the end of our video. So I tried to separate it for Tuesday and Thursday so you can do this in 2-day increments. I'm also going to send you a few extra things to do because you know how Miss Dory likes to bring you over to the table while you guys are playing and work one-on-one with you. And I let you choose if we want to read words, if we want to do sorts, if we want to practice our letters, our numbers. I want you guys to be able to do some one-on-one work with your mommies, just like we do at school during playtime. So I'll send you some of those things, and I hope you guys keep doing great work at home, just like you do here at school, and earning those golden tickets. I miss you so much, you cute little kids, and I can't wait to see you again someday, hopefully. So I will see you next time. Goodbye. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Goodbye.